Hi yogis, I hope you're all doing really well. Thank you for joining me for this yoga fusion today. Today we're going to be focusing on our bum muscles, our glutes. They're our biggest muscle in the body, so it's super important that we get them activated and we get using them properly. So this workout is perfect if you are going to go out for a run or you're going to do a yoga asana practice and you want to get your glutes firing and activated first. It's also brilliant just stand alone to add on to any of the workouts, or just like I said, stand alone to do whenever you need to. So, really important we work our glutes to enable us to strengthen and support our knees, but also to help support our lower back as well, which is sometimes compromised when we come into squat positions that are a little bit awkward. So we're going to start by warming up. If you have niggles, if you have injuries, be really mindful today, listen to your body. But all of these exercises have progressions and variations, so do what works for you. Coming down onto your back. If you have blocks, perfect. If you don't, do not worry at all. We're just going to use it for a couple of the exercises. Come down onto your back. Just going to take some glute bridges to activate our bum muscles and get going. So you can take the block between the thighs, take the hands down to the mat just so that you can graze the very bottom of your heels. And that's just kind of a roundabout position we want to be in. From there, ground down through the four corners of your feet, especially the big toes. Tuck your tailbone under, start to squeeze your bum, initiate the movement by that little tuck so the back becomes a little bit flatter, and then keep thinking about the rib cage dropping down, and you squeeze and lift. We're going to lower without dropping all the way down and squeeze back up for 2, 3, 4, keep the rib cage down, 5, 6, 7, 9, flat back, 8, 9, last one, and 10. And we're going to hold at the top, keep the rib cage tucking under, squeezing the bum muscles, squeezing that block for 5 more counts, and lower all the way down. As you lower, just readjust the block if you need to, keep squeezing. Tuck the tailbone once again, flat back, begin to squeeze and lift, keeping the rib cage dropping down, and then from there you're going to ground down through the four corners of the right foot, lift the left leg, and you're going to lift and lower. Now if this is too much, you can always keep the heel down and you can stay with that double leg glute bridge. 5 more. Really feeling that on the right side. 2 and 1. Staying up if you can. Squeeze that block. Lift the right leg, try and keep the knees in line. Lift and lower. Left side. 2, 3, you can see I'm a definite rib flarer. I want to use my lower back as well. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. And lower all the way down. Little squeeze at the top. And then lower your bum down to the mat. Draw your knees in towards your chest, up an asana pose. Release, lower back. And then rock yourself up. Dropping the block out ahead of you, we're not going to need that now, so we're going to come round onto all fours, take a moment to come into cat stretch, and a moment to come into your calf stretch. Halfway between the two, draw the belly in nice and tight, flat back, and then lower down onto the forearms. From there you're going to ground down through the top of the left foot, and you're going to move the right leg out to the side, flexing those toes. Out for 1, fire hydrants 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, keep it going, 8, fingertips spreading wide, last one. We're going to stay on that same side, come up onto the fingertips of the right hand, tent the hand, and lift again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so think about that right knee going out to the side rather than just up. 5 more. Flexing the foot. Good, lovely. Dropping back onto the forearms, switching sides. Take a little tuck of the tailbone if it needs to, flat back. Left side, 1, 2, 3, flexing the foot. 6, keep going. Drawing the belly in, fingertips working. 2 more. And 10. Up onto the fingertips of the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Keep it going. 7, 8. Out to the side. And 10. Up onto all fours. Cat stretch. Into your cow. Halfway between the two, flat back. Right side lifts again for 1, 2, 3. Back nice and steady. Keep it going. So whatever we do on this side, we've got to do on the other. So be prepared, last one. As we lower, we're going to curl the left toes under. We're going to lift ourselves into a full plank. Flex the right toes, the right foot's going to go out to the side and come back onto your heel. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, neck is long, 5, 4, keep it going, 3, 2, and 1. Lower back onto those knees. Take a moment to stretch the hands out if you need it, the wrists. And then when you're ready, plant down. Work from the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep going. 7, 8, 9. Strong through both arms. And 10. Curl that right leg under. Tuck the tailbone on top. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pressing through the fingertips. 5. You can reset at any point. Come down onto the knees. Last 2. And 1. Lower down onto the knees. Stretch all the way back into a child's pose. Turn the hands to face upwards. Little movement to the wrists. Roll up through your spine with the shoulders a roll. Coming into your down face dog. So nice and strong. Set. Curl the tailbone, cat stretch. Curl the toes. Lift your seat nice and high. Up, back and down. Drawing the belly in. Biceps wrapping forwards. Fingertips pressing into the mat. From there, big toes are going to come to touch. Inhale, lift through the right leg. Don't worry about the height of the leg. Flex the foot and drop the heel down. From there, we're going to take the right leg out to the side, back through center. So a little circumduction of the hips. We keep that left arm strong. Keep it going. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. There's a little bit I needed with the plant there, with the tree. Lift through your left side. If you need to take a breather, definitely do so. Flex the foot, drop that hip down. 1, lift. 2, 3, strong through that right arm. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, keep going. 9, and 10. And lift, lower down, come back onto the knees, come into child's pose, this time extend the fingertips up. If you want to, rock back, take more restorative child's pose. Take a fist, stretch out the wrist flexors, roll up through the spine again, shoulders relax, come back into your down dog. Oh no, we have got more to go. So curl those toes under, lift back up and down. This time, loaded beast. So, bend through those knees, tip the tailbone nice and high. From there, you're going to walk your hands backwards, push your knees outwards, and come into a squat. Hold there. Lower the hands, Walk the hands back. Come into your loaded beast again. Inhale, lift through the legs. Exhale, lower down dog. Bend the knees. Tailbone lifts. Walk the hands back. Sit back into the squat of your choice. You may be up higher, that's all good. Lower the hands. Walk them back. Loaded beast. Inhale, lift the legs. Straighten them. Exhale, heels down to the mat if you can. Full down dog. We're just going to take 2 more of those. Bend the knees. Walk the hands back. Squat and low. So if you can get lower and push those knees up. Weight into the heels so you can wiggle the toes. Lower the hands. Walk them back. Loaded beast. Inhale, lift. Exhale, heels down. This is our last one. Pressing. Loaded beast. Or turbo dog, I think some people like to call it. Drop out, the toes point out just slightly into your squat. Lift the hips enough to walk back out. Loaded beast. Inhale, lift the legs. Exhale, draw the heels down to your mat. Nice and long. Breathing in. Breathing out. If you're good there, take a sway from side to side. If you need a couple of 3-legged dogs to open the hip, definitely take them. And then when you're ready, soften the knees, walk your hands to breath, and come to the top edge of your mat, if it feels good to do so, if you've got space. From there, you're going to ground down through that left foot. We're going to take some curtsy lunges. So, to start off with, hands can come onto the hip, or you can use your arms to counterbalance. You're going to take that right leg, drop the knee behind the knee, and then come back up to a toe tap. Knee behind the knee and a toe tap. Now if you need any more, rather than the toe tap, you come to lift the leg up. If you have any more, you can take, you see how I wanted to put my toe down? A hover, a single leg variation. See how you go. We've got 1, 2, spreading those toes wide, 3, 4, keep going, 5, automatically I want to bring my hands into prayer, 6, that you work with the arm choice, variation that works for you, last 2, and last 1. Lovely, let's switch legs. Ground down through those right toes, spread them wide. Tuck the tailbone, hands on the hips or out in front of you, knee behind the knee, curtsy lunge. It's either a toe tap back up, a hover, or you take the single leg variation where you hover and you lift back up. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, keep the chest high and open. 6, 7, lovely stuff, keep going. 8, 9, last one is 10, lovely stuff. Give those legs a little bit of a shake out. Alright, we're going to come back onto that left leg. This time more of a skater. So the leg's going to drop really long behind us. As we bring it back, we're going to take a hip circle round, a hip circle back out, and then drop back in. Now I've dropped my knee pretty firmly down there. Try and take it to a hover if you can, and not land the knee. When we're ready, 10 of these each side. Round we go. 1, back 3, 2, use your hands to counterbalance, 3, or if you need them more of a focus, you can keep them into prayer. 5 to go. Round we go with the hips, so both legs really working. I think we've got 2 more. Terrible at counting. Last one. Good, let's switch sides. So round down through the right foot. Some long stride back. As it comes back round, try and really work the hip round. And of course, you can always take a similar action just with a little toe tap and you squeeze the knees into finish. Off we go. And if you lose balance, you come back out, you fall, it's all good. You just start again. Like what I'm doing, having to find my balance, finding my big toe on that right side. This is obviously really good for our ankle stability as well, and our knees, but you certainly start to feel it through both glutes. Last two. Whew. And one. And we're done. Give those legs a little bit of a shake out. Roll the shoulders back and back. Perfect. We're going to come back down onto our knees. Take a moment to breathe. I've got my heart rate up. So spin the legs around. It's our last exercise before we have a finisher. So thumbs point forward, fingertips point away, right by your hips. Tuck your tailbone under, draw the belly in. Lift up into a reverse tabletop. And again, we're focusing on keeping the rib cage down rather than flaring. So when we're ready, you stay there and you have 10. And the aim here is to keep the knees in line with the ankles. So if you are going to stick with both legs, of course you're welcome to take a block between those knees and work through. Otherwise, join me with single leg reverse thrusters. So we tuck the table, we're going to come onto the heel of the right leg. As we tuck under, tuck the tailbone, the lower back stays protected. As we lift, we're going to keep the shape of that right leg and lower. One, so working the left glute. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, keep going. 7, 8, 9, and 10. I apologize if you've done a lot of glute work recently, because you're going to feel them. Alright, so let's switch legs. This time the right foot plants down, 4 corners, come onto the left heel. Tuck the tailbone under, draw your belly in. Keep the rib cage from flaring. Here we go, ground down through that right foot. And try and keep that right knee tracking over your pinky toe side. So if you take a little glance every so often, you should see your big toe. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, coming all the way down. All right, bring those feet into butterfly. I'm going to throw in one more. So this is one of my favorite exercises. We're only going to take 5 each side. So you're going to spin your legs back around. Come onto all fours. We're going to take a little mini stretch to start off with, either through cow or lifting up into your down dog. From there, you're going to either come into 3 leg or you're just going to drop that right knee in towards your right wrist. So up to you whether you come 3-legged dog, right knee towards right wrist, as if you're going to set up for a pigeon. But oh no, we don't. We bring our fingertips wide. We then try and lift that back leg off for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hands back to the mat. Come back through child's pose, cat stretch, all back through your down dog. And we're just going to move to the other side. So left foot 3-legged dog if it works for you, or you stay on the knees and you just slide that left knee in. Sometimes it's nice to have a full propel through the left knee. Come up onto the fingertips, tent the hands, walk the knees, walk the fingertips wide, and again from there, working into that left glute, stretch that right leg nice and long, come up, balancing just forwards enough, and then lifting 1, 2, you can see I'm not as strong on my left side, 3, 4, and 5. The aim of that one, if you can try and take your hands off at any point, you've done a really good job. So come back through a down dog, come back through child's pose, cat cow, whatever works for you. Look between the space in your hands, step Left ankle, right wrist, right ankle, left wrist. Come back into Baddha Konasana, bound angle. Keep the legs exactly as they are. Roll yourself back, all the way down. Take a moment for a breather. We're going to keep the shape of the legs. We're going to roll our shoulders all the way back and down so we can feel our shoulder blades. Our hands are going to plant right by our thighs. Tuck the tailbone, begin to squeeze your bum, and we're going to lift up in this pose. Again, keep the rib cage down. It's not a big lift here, and lower. And from here, I want you to see how many you can do. If you can, you go to fatigue, as many as you can. If you can get to 20, keeping everything nice and tight, sometimes placing a hand to the rib cage and a hand to the lower back can work really nicely. Keep going. I'm going to say 5 more if you can. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lower down. Release. Knees into the chest. Massage out the lower back. Drop the right leg down, left foot on top. Keep the integrity of that left foot. Flexing the toes. Draw that right knee towards you. If that's too much, you just keep that right leg down and you press that left leg away. Good, lovely. The right foot can stay nice and heavy here, or you can extend the leg up if it feels good. Release the foot, switch sides, right foot on top of the left ankle. Get the integrity of the foot there on this right side this time. Left knee drawing in, right knee drawing away, figure 4. Ankle circles. We'll keep the leg down, 2 more breaths. Hips square. And draw those knees in. Rock yourself up. If you have any more stretches that you feel like you need to do, definitely take them. Otherwise you are done. That is your glute workout. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you feel those bum muscles were activated, and please come back to this class at any time. Have a great day. Bye bye.